Hello my sweeties and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know me, my name is Celise and thank you for joining my spooky little family. In today's video, we are going to be talking about one of the most iconic movies, and that is American Mary. Let's get into the video. Written and directed by our favorite twisted twins, Jen and Sylvia Soska. The allure of easy money sends Mary Mason, a medical student, into the world of underground surgeries, which ends up leaving more marks on her than her so-called freakish clients. This film stars Katherine Isabelle, Tristan Risk, Paula Lindbergh, and Antonio Cupo. The Soska sisters also make a little surprise cameo in this film as well, which I really enjoyed that. But in case you didn't know, Katherine Isabelle gives a powerful performance as Mary. She is a no-nonsense kind of girl, and it shows more and more as her work as a surgeon gets consistently stronger. Not to mention, she is just very natural and has this great charm about her on the screen. I've always been a Katherine Isabelle fan. She just has something about her that is very intriguing. Though Katherine's performance is stellar and one that you will never forget in this film, I do want to talk about somebody who honestly really surprised me, and that has to be Tristan Risk. Now, Tristan Risk played Beatrice, and I just think overall her charisma and her presence on the screen is at the same level good as Katherine Isabelle. I really enjoyed both of them on the screen together, and I just think that Tristan did such a great job with the whole Betty Boop persona. That is one performance that I have never forgotten. Whenever I talk to anybody about this film, I always bring up Beatrice. I love this character. Honestly, I love Mary a lot, but I think Beatrice might be my favorite character in this film. Now I am going to start ranting and talking about all the things I liked and did not like about the film. I have to be honest and say that this film hit me much harder now at my age, and knowing the true struggle for money and student loan debt and trying to achieve your dreams and almost feeling like you're never gonna fit into that dream that you're trying to achieve. Mary's decisions make all the more sense to me now than they did when I first watched this film at 16 years old. Rewatching this film now has reminded me of how much I love this movie, but also brings up some things that were a bit questionable for me, but didn't ruin the film ultimately, but just some things that now looking back on it, I'm like, I think personally it isn't necessary to show a woman being saved and stripped of her humanity for us to understand what happened. When Dr. Grant spikes Mary's drink at the party, we as the audience, and especially as women, we just already know there's something about this man that just isn't right. I think the scene could have easily just been cut there and it would have been just as effective. We understood the point, we got it. I don't think we needed to see such a violent act happen on screen. Personally, for me, I do not enjoy rape scenes for obvious reasons. I just feel like showing it happening is just a little bit tasteless and really not needed, which is actually a reason why I quite enjoyed Promising Young Woman and thought it was so effective in its storytelling, is because we understood what happened and they made it very clear without showing us any graphic violent scenes. Other than that, I don't take issue with anything else really in this film. I really do like the way they show Mary's character evolve. While the film does have the rape revenge aspect, it is not the defining factor of her character's development, nor is it the main idea of the story. Mary gets her revenge and then decides to change her life after, not the other way around, in which the rape causes her character to change in order to get revenge. The climax of the film isn't based on her getting revenge. Instead, this is dealt with quickly, as it's just another struggle for the character to triumph over, which is a big reason why I liked this film. Mary is a strong female lead from the very start all the way to the finish line. Some other things I liked about this film is that it being shot in the span of 15 days, the Soska sisters did a really good job because the film It honestly looks great, and I really enjoyed that they used all practical effects. Another thing that I really did like is Tristan Brisk and Paula Lindbergh's facial prosthetic makeup. I read actually that took about 2 hours to apply every day. And oh my god, did it look fucking great. Like, they just looked so great. I literally genuinely was watching the film thinking that they just look like that. Speaking of that, actually, I was also happy to hear that the majority of Mary's patients in the film were members of the real-life body modification community. We love being inclusive here on this channel. Now you all know the deal. It's Women in Horror Month, so we are going to be talking about some spooky bad bitch moments. Number 1. At the very beginning, we see Mary looking for jobs, and she ultimately comes across this strip club ad, and she heads over to audition, leading to her having to do an emergency surgery at the club for one of the owner's acquaintances. I do have to just say, that was truly a bad bitch moment. She is strong and determined for the money, honey. Now at number 2, it's going to be a pretty obvious one if you've seen this film. When Mary tortures Dr. Grant and basically dehumanizes him, that was a pretty good spooky bad bitch moment. And honestly, I just loved seeing her torture this guy. Like, I mean, he had it coming. He had it coming. Number 3, as the film progresses and she gets more and more confident in her work and delves more into the body mod world, her fits just get more and more bad bitch, like the black gloves, the black face mask, the black apron, her black heels. Honestly, her dresses, they fit her body so well. They hug every curve. She looks literally incredible in this whole film, and we just love to see it. She's been a bad bitch the whole time. Now, number 4, my personal favorite is just Mary getting a new place and making half of it into her studio was the biggest bad bitch moment for me, because she was just taking control of her life, and I feel like she found this community that she ultimately felt accepted into. Okay, so let's get into my overall thoughts and my rating. So overall, I honestly love this film. Like I said, a lot more now than I did years ago, solely because I understood Mary more. I really like that this film also has very strong female characters other than just our female lead. That was something that really stuck with me because you don't forget about any of these women. This is definitely a film for me that has aged well and remains absolutely iconic. American Mary is going to be getting 4 Levs out of 5 from me. I highly recommend this film if you have not seen it already. Don't forget to like and leave a comment down below. Did you enjoy American Mary? Have you seen it? If you haven't, do you plan on adding it to your watch list? I love to talk about it. That's it for me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.